you didn't respect me as a person.
Everything that I experienced with you is my first also. Like, oh, why she changed?
I was really young, and the way that it affects me now is like
But as parents, you have to understand that it's hurtful for us, and I'm not used to it.
And I don't feel like I want to be respectful towards you.
Dealing with trauma is uncomfortable, but part of healing is being able to discuss and process it in a safe space. So we invited a Filipino mom and her daughter to confront each other in the studio in hopes of reconnecting their relationship. This is Trauma Bond.
Hi, my name is Jeneline Malayba, and I'm the mom of Jasmine Malayba. What are your parents like? Very religious and very strict. And my mom was a teacher. She's more like the rock in the family. During my time, at their age, there are certain things that I do not agree with my parents. I had a life in the Philippines, but then I just graduated from a bachelor degree of dentistry. I passed the board and practiced just 1 year, and then I realized my mom wants us to have a better life. According to her, it's better to be here in the United States, so we went what she plans with my sister.
When you're ready, go ahead.
What is the most hurtful things you have to told your daughter? Can I have a tissue? Sorry.
Ready?
Okay.
Okay, let's do it. We'll bring Jasmine in. Are we all good?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Malayba, and my mom is Jeannie. When I was a teenager, I thought that my mom was way too stubborn and just like didn't really care about my opinion or saw me speaking up as a sign of disrespect. So I didn't think that we would ever get to a place where we're just having, honest conversations about our relationship and maybe like past traumas from when I was growing up.
What you see is what you get, and that's the same thing that she knows me. Like whatever answer I'm gonna have, that she knows.
Inside this taboo are triggering questions about your relationship. Your mom answered them earlier. You'll share yours first, and then you'll read your mom's answers. You ready?
Okay. What is the most hurtful thing your mom has told you? Uh-oh.
No. I hope my answer is right.
I think the most hurtful thing maybe wasn't necessarily about my appearance. It's more so like has to do with who I am as a person, like whether or not, I'm a good ate. I think that we've had like arguments like that in the past. Comments like those like didn't make me feel great about myself. It was because I think like growing up, if you've ever said something to Jan and Janelle maybe, or like my siblings about like, oh, you get that from your ate, or like they're like this because you.
When I was really, really mad and like just to, you know, you have to realize during that time, like high school or beginning of high school, those are the times that you guys become close to themselves. You're the oldest one, you're the first one, and I'm not used to it. Everything that I experienced with you is my first also. Like, oh, why she changed? Why she's not open to me anymore? She'd rather talk to her friends than me and stuff like that. Those are new to me at that time. So I don't know what's going on with you anymore.
Growing up, I felt like a lot of my friends got to do things that I wasn't allowed to do because she was very protective of me and my siblings. So we would argue about that a lot. And when I would try to express how I was feeling, I didn't like how strict she was with me. I'm scared. Okay. When I told her
She couldn't join the out-of-state science field trip. That was when she was in junior high.
you think that's the time when you
I
hurt
hurt
me.
you the most because when you're hurting, I feel like I'm hurting too. That because at that time it was like recession in 2008, and your dad just lost a job.
I definitely overheard a lot. I think that I grew up very hypervigilant, and the way that it affects me now is like I do get anxious in certain situations. I actually still live at home with my parents, so like when I overhear my parents like discussing things in low tones, it's kind of a trigger for me because growing up I would hear like conversations that they would have about money. I didn't really blame that on you and dad. Like I knew what the financial situation was at the time. I always knew that like you and dad worked hard and you tried your best. I think I didn't want to seem like ungrateful because I knew that you were trying your best, right? And like there's circumstances that are out of your and dad's control. Like I don't think that this was the most hurtful.
Yeah.
I think I was just more sad that like I missed out on an experience, but I never blamed that on you guys. It was more like, that's
But
life.
as parents, you have to understand that it's hurtful for us not to be able to provide for you guys or put everything that you need. Also, the best that we can, but at that time, really, we were like, I even thought that we're gonna lose the house and everything.
No, I know, because I remember you told me about it, and it was like, the hard part about that growing up was because like I was really young and I like there's not much that I can do, but I remember
it's not your fault, and I can understand
your
how
fault
you
either.
and then by the time that your sister's turn, I felt bad that we agreed for them, we saved up for them and everything, and you, like you said, you missed out on that one. While like there was a question on you like, why did I miss out? And then they were able to go. Being the firstborn, she feels like she has the responsibility to I think that's what she feels. I don't know if it's true, but I feel like looking at her, like she has to stand up for her siblings, become a role model for them.
What do you think you've done that made your mom really proud? She always tells me that she's proud of me because I'm a good ate. That's one thing. You told me that it doesn't matter if you're the smartest person or the most successful. I just want you to be like a kind person and a happy person.
With your Lola, because we're like 12 kids, there's so many of them that she cannot have a one-on-one, that communication between me and Lola, and we never had that one. So when I had you and I have kids, I told myself, I'm not gonna be like that. I'm always gonna tell them, I love you, which I never heard from your Lola until like later on this life, around 91.
My mom's generation misunderstands our generation now. When it came to their own emotions, they weren't very vocal, and I think it was really taboo to have conversations about like mental health or the way that they were feeling. It was just like, we need to accept it and move on. And our generation is so different because I think we try to unpack a lot of things, and it's nice that we're kind of able to bridge that gap now. Okay. She's very kind and understanding with her sisters.
Being the eldest, she's a very strong, opinionated, modern woman.
What does modern woman mean?
Well, you're independent.
Oh, thank you. My being like confident and opinionated, that's where a lot of my strength comes from, is knowing that, I was raised by a strong mom.
Because those are the things that I wanted to do when I came in United States. I got discriminated, and I just kept quiet and taught me to myself, I'm not gonna let my kids go through what I've gone through. Like I want them to stand up for themselves and speak up.
Coming to the United States, I can see like why you'd be intimidated to speak up for yourself. Mm-hmm. But I think that me and my siblings, we have a very different experience because we were raised here. We kind of understand that like we have every right to be here. I think the older that I get, like I'm able to understand you more and where you're coming from. Again, like this is your first time raising a 27-year-old. I think like the older that I get, I'm protective of you now. You were so protective of me growing up, but I'm always scared now about you being safe. And it's an interesting age right now where I'm seeing that you are getting older, and not that the roles will ever be reversed. It's not that the roles are ever going to be reversed. You're always going to be my mom and the person who brought me, into this world. But I'm not sure like what I'm going to do when you're gone. And I try not to think about it and just enjoy the time that I do have with you, however long it is. But I'm scared sometimes because I get worried about you.
But like I said, that's why I have a husband, because we have to look after each other and not for you guys to do it. I want you to be happy, and I want you to make your life your own. So as your sisters. And I'm hoping for you to find somebody that will be your partner in life, like not sooner, but eventually, or sooner. You think? Whatever I raised you is, you're showing it. And I love you for that.
Love you too, Mom. Okay. You cried so much more than I did. I thought I would. When I was younger, definitely a teenager, I definitely would fantasize when I get my first job, I'm able to move away. Like, she's going to see, like, she'll never hear from me again. Now, like, I just could not see myself ever cutting my mom off. If a conversation really needs to happen, I think it should be more so, like, how can I help you, rather than just offering up criticisms. Society puts enough pressure on us. I think what we really need from our parents is just the unconditional love.
We have to clear things that was miscommunicated. Her understanding is different from my understanding. You have to make sure that you put your feet to their shoes first, understand them, before you say something hurtful. Because once you say it already, there's no turning back. You cannot undo what you said. If it hurts her, it hurts her already. So you have to think about, not because we're parents, that doesn't mean that we don't have to respect them, that they only have to respect us. It has to work both ways, and make sure, encourage them to be more open-minded and open communication with you. Show your endearment to them. Say, I love you to them every day if you can.
Hey, thank you for bonding with us for the past 12 minutes. We are One Down, an independently run Filipino media company. Our goal is that content like this series can be accessible to as many people as possible, so we try as much as we can to make this free. But, of course, these productions aren't free to make. So while there may come a day that this series can be sponsored by brands that align with our mission, here's our simple ask to you, our community, which we call the Kapwa Code. As Kapwa, you help us build our online community, and we in return make content that heals and empowers our community. So what do you have to do? Subscribe to this YouTube channel, and even go follow us on Instagram. That's it. And your support really goes a long way. Thank you so much for watching. Send this to someone you know will cry over it, and we'll see you in a future episode.